Hello everyone, Joe here once again to look at some new characters. Last time, you'll notice I didn't have a video up for Christmas Fiorito and Europa because I did record one, but I didn't realise until after I finished the recording that OBS just did not record any of my mic audio for some reason. It seems to have like defaulted to a different thing for what the microphone is, so it just didn't pick it up for some reason, and I didn't realise until after I did it. And then I was going to just record another short video, just kind of going over them anyway, but I was a bit busy, and then by the time I would have been able to do that, I just figured, I'll just leave it till the next one. So here we are. This is the next one. Well, I'm presuming so. It's always hard to tell with Flash Gala when they actually start, so I guess if this is not Flash Gala, then you won't be seeing this, but let's go have a look-see. Yep. Yes, it is Flash Gala. Holiday Catura in water. And Holiday Cain in fire. I guess I should just quickly go over Fiorito and Europa. So Fiorito seems potentially very strong if you're still using like an enmity setup, like claws in particular in Dark. I think her big kind of demerits are mostly just the thing that, you know, Dark has very kind of locked in team comps, and enmity isn't quite as prevalent as it used to be. It's kind of moved over to more skill damage focused stuff. But if you're still using enmity in Dark and you haven't quite got the power trio, then she's potentially very strong, I think. And I think if you're still using like a Zoe setup, just like throw her in the backline for some not huge, but you know, some extra buffs. So not terrible, but you know, just kind of curse of being in Dark and not really being able to really find a spot. Similar with Europa as well. I don't remember offhand completely what her kit was, but I think again she just suffers in that she doesn't really have a place right now in Earth. But potentially quite strong, I think, especially if you have a really good grid, she could be pretty strong. But honestly, I don't think any of those two were particularly worth chasing, especially you know, this close to like the New Year stuff, where we usually get a decent new Grand as well as the new Zodiac as well. So let's take a look at Catura and Cain. So weapons first, as usual. Big stamina, no FLB. Cats, okay. Don't think that's a very effective katana. Big might, small Aegis. Also no FLE, so yeah, not great weapon wise. But let's look at Catura, who's in water this time. Her Ogi is massive water damage to foe, restore all allies HP and remove one debuff. Cool. Let me have a quick check. Wiki does seem to be updated, so that is a 1224 heal. It's a very specific number. December 2024. I don't know what the relevance there is in regards to Catura. Skill 1, bonus water damage effect to Water MC and Catura from second cast, armor effect from third cast, boost to debuff resistance for 4 turns. Okay, interesting. Quite a long cooldown. Skill 2, Water MC and Catura attack twice each turn while in effect. 25 turns cooldown. 4 turns, okay, so similar to Christmas Anthuria so far. Mistletoe effect to Water MC and Catura can't recast. Water attack is boosted, defense boosted, effects that remove buffs will be nullified, can't be removed, and double attack rate is boosted. So, according to Wiki, that is 50% water attack, 100% defense. You know, buffs can't be removed, and guaranteed double attacks. So, it's not too bad. While double strike is in effect upon attacking, deal triple attacks and drain. Okay, that's nice. That's 4 turns of triple attacks with double strike. That's pretty cool. When MC uses a charge attack, 2-turn cut to Catura's skill cooldowns, boost hype. Interesting. I will say, even with that, this is still quite a high cooldown here. So I did say she was similar to Christmas Anthuria. Obviously not. So obviously one of the big things with her is that, as well as obviously the 4 turns of double strike, she gives a thing where I think her and MC will get dodge all on whenever they Ogi, which if you're using like Kengo or something where you can like consistently Ogi basically every turn, then that basically means that Anthuria and MC are basically immortal. Can only be hurt by plane damage, whereas Catura here doesn't have anything quite like that. She has, you know, some healing on Ogi and, you know, drain. Where is it? Drain. Yeah, drain when you have double strikes. So potentially pretty good, but I don't know. It might be. I was gonna say maybe in short fights, when you're doing like auto attacking stuff with like alongside, say, like Water Zeta, and like Lucio or whoever, or like Gwen or whoever else is in the short burst auto attack water team at the moment. Maybe she can find a spot in that potentially, but otherwise pretty simple kit. Not a whole lot to analyze, just basically just buffs the hell out of herself and the MC. I think it remains to be seen whether or not she will be a fit for any particular team. I don't think she's going to be super strong in like longer fights, just potentially just because of the cooldowns on this. This one is probably not quite so bad when you factor in the Ogis, the 2-turn cut on Ogis. But this one I still think is probably going to be quite a while to get up again. The downtime on this is probably still going to be pretty high, even if you're like playing Kengo and Ogiing basically every turn. This is probably going to take a while. But otherwise, not bad. She seems potentially strong if in the right setup. I just whether that, you know, that burst setup needs her, or is she's an improvement in that? I'm not sure. I'm not super up on that. But let's move on to Cain. Using fire this time. Massive fire damage to foe. 3 random buffs to fire allies. Okay. Does Wiki say what those are? 100% debuff resist up. 100% of 20% armored. 10% uplifted. 30% charge bar gain up. Or 10% damage amplified. So, okay. Potentially good stuff there. Skill 1, 4 hit fire damage to a foe, 20% boost to caster's charge bar, activates up to 3 times based on Cain's number of buffs. Okay. Oh, okay. You need a lot of buffs for this. So he needs 15 or more buffs to get the 3 activations. 10 to 14 for twice. Otherwise, it's 0 to 9 for 1 activation. And his random buffs on Ogi only last 1.5 turns, so it's not like he can really like reliably stack a bunch of them. Boost the fire allies' critical hit rate and damage cap. Cool. Bonus fire damage effect. 5 turns, 12 turns to cooldown this goes down to. That's quite a bit of downtime. Extend oh, okay. Interesting. Extend fire allies buff durations, excludes 1 turn buff, so that means that would exclude the buffs he gives from his Ogi, which is kind of a shame. That's boost the CA damage and CA damage cap based on number of buffs. When Cain has 15 or more buffs before attacking, charge attack activates twice. Okay, so that will, at least that helps to get more buffs up, but at that point you already have so many buffs. Wind damage reduction to fire allies, dispel cancel effect to fire allies at battle start 1 time. It takes effect even when Cain is a sub-ally. Okay, that's... Stuff like that is always nice if you just want to stick them in the backline for some free dispel cancel. So obviously he is super buff hungry, because he wants a load of buffs to get Ogi reactivation, as well as being able to put out quite a bit of skill damage. and 60% bar as well. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like, what other buffers do fire have? It's not a hugely buff-heavy element. Holiday Nemone can give some buffs, but not a lot on her auto-activate. You know, like, Athena gives some. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about this. I think, like, 15 buffs is a lot of buffs in an element that, honestly, like, a lot of the top characters aren't super, like, they don't give them much buffs. I mean, does Annula's thing count as, like, multiple buffs? Her, that's presumably, like, 4 or 5 buffs, similar to how Mahira's worked for, like, Golden Knight. He is now, I think about it, kind of similar to Golden Knight, in that he gets this once he has a bunch of buffs. I think that's my big concern with him, is just getting that 15 buffs in fire is probably somewhat difficult at the moment, especially with what are currently considered some of the top characters. You know, like, Grand Percival doesn't buff the team. You know, Wilness doesn't buff the team. Nemone, Christmas Nemone gives some buffs, but, like, not much. Same with, like, Summer Medusa. Like, Annula's probably the best one for that, but even then, that's still a lot of other buffs that you need to make up. So, I think at the moment, not super great, to be honest, but, you know, has the potential to be possibly pretty good in the future. You know, being able to extend buff durations is pretty cool, which Wiki doesn't actually say how long it increases them by. I'm going to assume 1 turn. Maybe it's more than that, I'm not sure, but who can say? But, you know, 100% crit buff as well as damage cap and echoes is nice. So that's what, 3 to him. So he gives himself 3 buffs. Like, Annula probably gives, what did she give, like 5 or 6, 5, 6, 7, I think she gives. So, the only thing is Annula isn't considered, like, super amazing these days, so I don't know. Remains to be seen. Like, maybe in the future we'll get some more characters that will synergize well with him, but at the moment I'm just kind of like, I think if you have a setup where you can just pile the buffs on him, I think he has the potential to be possibly pretty good, especially because you can get, like, this activating thrice is probably going to be quite a bit of damage, as well as a lot of charge bar to him, which can help get this up more often, give him nice Ogier activation. So yeah, honestly, not terrible, but Christmas characters this year have been kind of, not super, like, needed, I don't think. I think you can live without them. I'm not sure if you're actually due anymore at this point. I don't remember if they do sometimes introduce one on a 3% banner, I think, but so that's possibly it for this year in terms of Christmas characters, unless we get a surprise other one at some point. But yeah, it's not so far anyway, not a super amazing standout character, similar to, you know, there's no Christmas Anthuria or, like, Christmas Naru this year. I don't think either of these 4 that we've gotten so far are absolute must-haves. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll say until next time. Usually the end of the year is a bit funny with regards of, like, new characters coming out, because I'm often not at home for a few days over Christmas, so if there is going to be videos on what we get, like new Zodiac and new Grand and whatnot, it might not be while the banner's active, or not immediately when it goes active, I don't know. So, but until then anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.